One thing a lot of customers are unaware of is we've got an advanced parameter setting. The advanced parameter setting, it's not a one-size-all-fits-all situation. A lot of times you're in a position where you might be in a dry room and you want to cure at a lot lower temperature. You know, an example, let's say 58 degrees. That 58 degrees Fahrenheit, this unit's not going to be set up optimized for that condition. And you can go through the advanced parameters and set that up and optimize it so you're going to get the longest dehumidification cycle enduring that and minimize your defrost cycles for that low temperature. So I'm going to show you here, all that you have to press is you have to hold this configure button. And you're going to hold this configure button for 5 seconds. So I'm entered C1. C1 this is the temperature that it's going to go into defrost cycle. This will initiate the defrost cycle. So when the coil gets to -4, that's when it's going to start a defrost cycle. And to adjust that, I can use the plus or minus arrows to increase the temperature or decrease that temperature. So this is default set at -4. I'm going to go to C2. This is the duration time of the defrost cycle. Now this is set at 20 minutes. So every 20 minutes, it's going to check that sensor and see if it's ready for a defrost cycle. If it's ready for a defrost cycle after that 20 minutes, it'll start a defrost cycle. If we're in a position where that sensor isn't at -4 yet, it'll continue on and it'll check at 20 minutes later. So here I'm going to go to C3. This is the duration of a time a defrost cycle can last. It can go for a maximum, the default's set for 7 minutes. If I go plus or minus, I can adjust that setting. I'll have to do that. So here we're at C3. If I press plus or minus, I can adjust that. This is the maximum time the defrost cycle can go for. C4, this is just the dehumidification mode. 0 is default. C5, now this is an important one. This is the termination temperature that it's going to go back from a dehumidification state or defrost state back into dehumidification. So normally the default on this is 10 degrees. We like it to have it set at 10 degrees for customers. But again, depending on your conditions, depending on which room you're using in, that's what these advanced parameters are set for, right? Our competitors don't have the capabilities to go into any sort of advanced parameters and adjust for your space. So we had a situation where we had one of the larger cannabis growers in Canada, and they had a situation where their facility was going through a real low temperature cure. And in that state, their dehumidifiers were only getting 2-3 minutes of time before it went into defrost. So I was able to convince them to try one of our Cannadri units, and using the advanced parameter setting where we went through and we set it up and optimized it for the space, they get over 30 minutes of dehumidification before it needs a defrost, which is incredible to be doing that at 55 degrees Fahrenheit. It's really challenging at those temperatures to get max dehumidification, and we're able to get that with going through the advanced settings. If you have any questions, the advanced parameter settings, it's in our manual. You can also email us or call us or check out the website, and you can definitely find it. Go to cannadri.ca. We'll get the information if you have any questions on the advanced parameters and what you should set for your space or for your specific situation.